Well, good afternoon, folks. Thank you for stopping by Woodchip Woodworking. This is my third video. Today I thought we'd do a little turning, wood turning. So what I'm going to do is found this kit here. It's a spaghetti spoon. Pretty easy to do. So I thought I would do one of them today. Basically, the kit consists of is a spaghetti spoon that looks something like this. So all I got to do is turn a handle to put on the end. And I got me a piece of, I'm not sure exactly what it is, myrtle or something. I'm not real sure. But anyway, we're going to use this today. So our first step is going to be to find our centers. So I got my little center finder here. I just lay it up here and mark my center. Do it on the top to bottom. And then we'll put it between centers. So while I'm doing this, feel free to like, subscribe, and comment below. Hit that little bell for notifications when I upload the video. Hopefully I'll get this one done tonight and we're able to do that. So we're going to turn a spaghetti handle, spaghetti spoon handle tonight. So let's try this and see what we come up with. So this is going to be a between centers type turning. So it's going to be kind of fun, pretty simple, pretty easy. Between centers, like I said, I'll have to do a little bit with the chuck, but nothing terrible, nothing major. But we're just going to turn the majority of it between centers. Pretty easy kit to do. I figured this would be kind of fun to do. Something new. I'll probably end up, what I'll do is I'll use the skew right here. So I'll show you what I do, everything, and I might stop it and pause it a few times just because there's certain things that become long and boring. So I'll do that. Remember to put your face shield on. Safety, after all, God only gave you one pair of ears, one pair of eyes. You got to use them that way, and all your 10 digits. So I put my anti-vibration gloves on. Helps fatigue anything like that with your hands. I can turn pretty wild on that. Nice soft leather to do that. All right. That being said, let's make this piece round. Here we go. I'm going to lower my tool rest just a hair because it seems like it's a little high. Here we go. And if you notice, what I'm doing is I am turning from the center of the block out. It's kind of like petting your cat. If you pet your cat from head to toe, the fur lays down. If you pet it from the tail to the head, the fur will stand up. So basically, if I start from out here and go in, I'll pull the fibers of the wood up. So I always start when I'm roughing it out and go from the center out that way. So since my tool rests down at this end, that's where I'm going to start. Here we go. Remember to turn your lathe off before you move your tool rest. I got it real close to being round. I'll go a little bit more because it's not quite round. So go through. Alrighty, that should get me what I need. I'm going to move my tool rest over just a hair, and you can see I got a little bit of flat spot right there, but that's all right. We'll take care of that in a minute. And here we go. Okay, so we got our blank round. The reason I like to use a skew is because I get a pretty good smooth finish when I do that. This one here is a little bit rough, but that's all right. I'll use that. Now, the next thing that basically I got to do is I got to take my kit, my piece, and I got to turn a little bit of a tenon on the end that will go inside of this. So, and it's going to be roughly about that long. So I'm going to mark this, put this in here like that. And then I typically will do is I measure the outside of these and make it to fit the outside first. And then I sneak up on it. So that way I get the right fit. Because if I measure the inside and I get too much, then it's too thin. So I always measure kind of the outside, get it to fit that piece there. I'm going to drop my tool rest down a little bit. I'm going to use this here. I believe it's called a Badan. I'm not real sure. This tool was given to me, and I've actually used it, and it actually works pretty well when I do stuff like this, little tenets and stuff. It's an easy way to do it, but first I need to establish my depth. So I'm running, when I was turning it around, I was running about full speed, about 1800 RPMs. Here I'm going to run about 400. Put my face shield down and let's do it. So I just stick it in there, and all I want to do is establish a depth, you know. So I just kind of just stick it in there, and you gotta widen my first just a little bit, and there it be. Got her down. Now I'm going to go back to my Badan. I'm going to speed her up a little bit. And I'm just going to get rid of all this material here. So, got that down to there. Now, I know it's not going to fit, but since this is between centers, I have the privilege to take it off to try it. As you can see, it's not quite there, but I'm real close. So I can put that back on, and I drop my spoon, my spaghetti fork or thing onto the floor. So let's pick that up. You know, one thing is, you get older, the floor just seems like it gets further and further away. You know, I notice that as I get older. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to turn that down just a hair, but I'm not going to take very much off. And remember, when you're doing this, you're taking material off this side and that side, so it's going to come off pretty quick. So face shield down, and just like that. So I come around, try it again. See how close I am. Oh, getting there, a little bit closer. And I like to sneak up on them, because that way I get them pretty close to where I need to be. And as I said, you know, doing what I do is not the only way of doing things. As I said, and I dropped it again. So, sorry about that. Butterfingers tonight for some reason. I guess being this is only my third video, I'm a little bit nervous about doing this. Like I said, this is a new adventure for me, so after I get about 50 of them under my belt, I should be pretty more comfortable with this. But if I get 50 of them under my belt, let's see how many subscribers I end up getting to do this. Ooh, starting to fit. So I just need to take a little bit more off, and then we'll shape it. So, hoping this will be a quick video tonight for my third one. All right, let's see where we're at. Okay, oh, look at that. Perfect. See, we got her to fit. Okay. One of the things that sometimes I will do, find my pencil here, is I'll draw a circle around the top of it. Don't need to do this, but I typically sometimes will do that. And I know that to make my top piece to fit, if you see, I put a little circle around that right there. Then I know I need to take this down and round it off to there. Right now, I'm going to shape this here to do this. So I'm done with that edge. So I'm going to move my tool rest down just a hair more. And I'm going to go to my skew. I got 1-inch skew here that I'm going to use. And I'm just basically going to start shaping it. I'm going to make more of a larger bead back here and a smaller one up here. Taper it down to fit that. And let's go for it. Here we go. Do the back first. And I'll come over somewhere here, cutting in like that. It's just the design. That's what you know. Watch. Explain what just happened there. Okay. It's what they call a catch, and with a skew, you're going to get that. Okay. It's not a big deal at this point because I'm still taking it down. But what happened was I got this little point here, which is the we'll call it the toe. I got that point in there, and it caught, and it just skated across on me. So you got to watch the toe and the heel when you use these, and that's part of the learning process of doing it. I was hoping that I wouldn't do that, embarrass myself, but as you can tell, I went from here all the way down here. So we'll fix it, no big deal. We'll get her. I just got to keep her up a little bit higher on there. Okay, so I got that part done. I'm going to take off a little bit more here. And something like down in there. And then I'm going to raise my tool rest because I have better success when I get it up a little bit higher. But you can see I get a smoother cut when I do that. So here we go. Okay. I'm going to do a little bit of work here, clean this edge up. We'll be let's see what it looks like. As you can see with this tool, I get a pretty good cut out of that. Gets rid of a lot of the tear out. And I got a little bit right there and a little bit there. So we're going to do it some more. And I'm going to move it down to give me a little bit more room. Finish up this, and then I'll move back there and finish that up. So here we go. Alrighty, see what she looks like. Oh yeah, that's much better. Look how nice and smooth that is. I'll be able to start with like 120 sandpaper on that one. Finish up the other end and we'll start sanding. Let's see what that looks like. Doesn't look bad. I got a little mark right there and one up here. I'm going to try to clean that little bit out and then round that, and I think we're ready to sand. All right. Oh yeah, much better, much better, much better. I'm happy with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start sanding now. We got our general shape, and then we'll come back and we'll look at that. So I'm going to start sanding. Take my face shield off and put my dust mask on, and we'll start sanding. I'm going to start out with 120, and I'm going to sand in reverse. Clean it up. I'll do the first one, then we'll come back and I'll show you what we're doing. Alrighty. I'll be right back, and no use of you watching me sand. Okay, welcome back. We're just finishing up our last one of 320, and it's looking good. I'm using sandpaper from Vince's Wood Wonders. I like the way it works, feels in my hand. It does a real good job. So I think it does a real nice job on that. So I like that. So we're done sanding for a minute. So the next thing I want to do is I want to put a couple little burn marks in here, kind of dress it up. But I want to put a bead on it. So I get my little beading tool here. Guess I'll get it right in the camera there. A little interesting thing. So I'm going to put some lines where I want to put this. And I think I'm going to put one right here. Put one right there. And I think I'm going to do two down at this end, just to make it kind of interesting right there. So this beading tool, bring it back, lower my tool rest a hair, put that right in there, and I just go right about where my line is, and I just move it back and forth like that. Kind of like that. And I'm going to use my bigger beading tool on the very end going down here, just to dress it out just a hair here. All right, I like the way that looks. So I'm going to do that. Take a quick peek at it. I think it looks pretty good. I'm going to taper this a little bit more, but I'll do that in a second. But I'm going to use a burner to highlight the beads. So I lay this in that groove, pull down till she starts smoking. Hopefully I don't set the fire smoke detectors off. Let's pull it tight. Redo that one a little bit more. Yeah, that's better. Like that. Hopefully I'm not in your way, you can't see what I'm doing. This gives it a distinction for the beads. Perfect. Now, the only thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to finish this off. But it looks like, yeah, I can sand a little bit more. I might burn these two just a hair more. I see some white, so I want to give them just a touch more. And this is just a guitar string, is all it is. I put it between two dowels, homemade, you know, so it's nothing fancy. Any kind of a good wire will work. I just happen to use a guitar string. Don't ask me what note it is. I couldn't tell you. That looks better. All right. So now I'm going to take a little 320 sandpaper and I'm just going to clean up a little bit. So put it in reverse. I just want to clean that up just a hair. Yeah. Just kind of clean the burn marks off of it a little bit on the outer edge. Okay, so basically we have our handle done, as you can see. And what I'm going to do is, give me a second, I'm going to pull my drive off and put my chuck on, and we'll turn around and finish the end of it off. So come back in about 30 seconds. All right, so we're back. You can see I put it in my chuck and I got my tailstock up just for a little added support till I get this end rounded a little bit more. And then we'll take the chuck away and finish the very tip of that. Again, put your face shield on, and here we go. I'm using my little 1/4 inch bolt or spindle gouge. Okay, so I'm down to the very last little bit there. I'm going to pull my tailstock out of the way. I'm going to take that last little bit off. Wish me luck. All right, pretty well done. Take some sandpaper and we'll sand the end of that off, kind of clean that up, and we'll have her done. Alrighty. And this is the finished product. So I want to say, job well done. We'll finish it off with some polyurethane. I'll glue that on there, and we have ourselves a handle. Thanks you. Please like and subscribe, and feel free to comment. And we will see you on the next video. Thank you.